What is the heaviest thing you are carrying right now? It is not the weight of your body. It is not the clothes on your back. It is not even the responsibilities of your job or your family. The heaviest things we carry are invisible. We carry a conversation that happened 10 years ago. We carry a mistake we made last week. We carry the anger towards someone who isn't even in the room anymore. We walk through life bent over, exhausted, dragging a sack of invisible stones. And the worst part? We don't even realize we are holding them. There is an ancient Buddhist story about two monks and a river. It is a simple story, but hidden within it is the secret to putting down that heavy load you've been carrying for so long. If you feel tired today, not physically, but in your soul, listen closely. This story is for you. Long ago, in ancient Japan, two monks were traveling together along a muddy road. Heavy rain was falling. The sky was gray, and the wind howled through the trees. The first monk, Tanzan, was older and wiser. He moved with the flow of nature, unbothered by the storm. The second monk, Aikido, was young and strict. He took his vows very seriously. He believed in rules, in discipline, and in the absolute purity of the monastic code. As they came around a bend in the road, they encountered a swollen river. The heavy rains had made the water rise. It was rushing violently, brown with mud and debris. Standing at the edge of the river was a lovely young woman. She was dressed in fine silk, but she was stranded. She looked at the muddy water with fear. She knew that if she tried to cross, her beautiful silk kimono would be ruined, or worse, she might be swept away by the current. She looked at the two monks with pleading eyes. Now, you must understand something important. The monks had taken a strict vow of celibacy. One of the most important rules was, do not touch women. Do not even look at them closely. To touch a woman was to break a sacred vow. Aikido, the young monk, saw the woman and immediately looked away. He stepped back, keeping his distance, protecting his purity. He walked past her, crossing the river alone, careful not to let even his robes brush against her. But Tanzan, the older monk, did not hesitate. He walked straight up to the woman. He didn't say a word. He simply bowed, gestured for her to climb on his back, and lifted her up. Aikido watched from the other side, his eyes wide with shock. He couldn't believe what he was seeing. A monk, touching a woman, carrying her. Tanzan waded through the deep, rushing water, struggling against the current with the woman on his back. When they reached the other side, he gently set her down on dry ground. The woman bowed in gratitude and walked away. Tanzan adjusted his robes, smiled at the sky, and continued his journey. He didn't look back. He didn't explain himself. He just walked. The two monks continued their journey. The rain stopped, and the sun began to break through the clouds. But the atmosphere between them had changed. Tanzan was walking peacefully, enjoying the sound of the birds and the drying road. His mind was clear. But Aikido? Aikido was in turmoil. Inside his head, a storm was raging. He was furious. He thought, how could he do that? He broke the rules. He touched her. He disgraced us. Is he even a real monk? He replayed the scene in his mind over and over again. The image of Tanzan lifting the woman, the mud, the silk, the violation of the vow. For 1 mile, Aikido stayed silent, stewing in his anger. For 2 miles, his judgment grew heavier. For 5 miles, the silence became unbearable. His face was red with suppressed rage. He could physically feel the weight of his indignation. Finally, late in the evening, as they reached the temple where they would stay for the night, Aikido could not hold it in any longer. He exploded. He turned to Tanzan and shouted, "Brother, we are monks. We are not allowed to touch women. Why did you carry that girl across the river?" Tanzan stopped. He looked at the young monk with deep compassion and a hint of surprise. He paused for a moment, letting the silence settle around them. Then he spoke softly. "Brother, I left that woman at the riverbank hours ago. Why are you still carrying her? Why are you still carrying her?" This question echoes through the centuries to reach us today. Think about the story. Who carried the heavier burden? Tanzan carried the woman physically. It was heavy, yes. It required effort. But he carried her for only 5 minutes. Once the task was done, he set her down. He let go. He was free. Aikido never touched the woman, but he carried her in his mind for 5 hours. He carried the weight of her, the weight of the rule, the weight of his judgment, and the weight of his anger. And because he carried it in his mind, it did not weigh 100 pounds. It weighed a ton. And it didn't last for minutes. It drained his energy for the entire day. This is what we do. This is the root of our suffering. We are all Aikido. We encounter a difficult situation, a river. Maybe someone insulted you at work. Maybe a relationship ended. Maybe you made a financial mistake. The event happens. That is the physical burden. But then the event ends. The person leaves the room. The relationship is over. The mistake is in the past. But do we put it down? No. We pick it up. We carry it home. We carry it to dinner. We carry it to bed. We wake up the next morning, and the first thing we do is strap that heavy burden back onto our shoulders. We replay the argument. We fantasize about what we should have said. We relive the pain. We are carrying a woman who is no longer there. So, how do we become like Tanzan? How do we master the art of letting go? It begins with realization. You cannot put down a burden if you don't realize you are holding it. Right now, scan your mind. Is there a woman at the river you are still carrying? Is it a grudge against a parent? A regret from your youth? A worry about tomorrow? Visualize that burden. See it as a heavy sack of rocks on your back. Understand that carrying it does not change the past. Aikido being angry didn't change the fact that Tanzan carried the woman. Your worrying does not change the outcome. It only breaks your back. The next time you catch yourself ruminating, spiraling into overthinking, remember the 2 monks. Say to yourself, I am doing it again. I am carrying her again. And then, gently, visually, imagine yourself setting that burden down by the side of the road. Walk away from it. It feels scary to let go of anger, because anger feels like power. But it is not power. It is poison. The past is a place of reference, not a place of residence. You can visit it to learn, but you cannot live there. Life is a journey across many rivers. There will be mud. There will be storms. There will be heavy loads to lift. Do what needs to be done. Help who needs to be helped. Face what needs to be faced. But when the moment passes, leave it at the riverbank. Your journey is long, and you need your strength for the road ahead. Travel light. If you are ready to put down your burden today, comment below with the words, I am letting go. Thank you for walking this path with us. Stay present. Stay free.